game actually, United Stand FC. I've got rants there. We're just getting some breaking news about Harry Maguire, that it's a done deal to Manchester United from Duncan Castles and the Sun. Well, I've put a question mark on there for two reasons. One, because Duncan Castles was wrong about Wan-Bissaka when he said it was a done deal. He jumps too soon, but he does jump in the right direction. And also, I did a video, I don't know whether you saw it, about a week ago, where I've been told by somebody from Leicester that Harry Maguire is basically a done deal. It's just about going up to 75 million. So it's 60 million plus 20 million in add-ons. I mean, I like Harry Maguire. I don't even know where you are on it.
I like Harry Maguire a lot. Like, my thing was, I was hearing all the fees and I thought, you know what, this is crazy. Like, I'll be honest, like me and Flex said in our last show as well, last season, I was, after the World Cup when everyone's talking about Harry Maguire, I was like, listen, it's one tournament, leave it. But now I've seen enough of Harry Maguire over the following season to know him and Wan-Bissaka improve our defence massively. Don't underestimate that. Them two guys, that's the difference between us conceding probably half of the goals that we conceded last season. That's how big it is. Like, there was a clip of Wan-Bissaka winning a slide tackle, and you saw how close Chris Smalling was to him, because he's so used to Ashley Young getting beat that, like, he was kind of like, he doesn't know what to do. Now you can kind of you can leave him to it now. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of confidence, that enables defenders to think on other things like building the play, other things, so you're not worrying about doing two jobs. So I think that those are massive.
I think as well, I mean, I watched the preview yesterday, a lot of people talking about Axel Tuanzebe, who's a good player, but it's what we need. I said this on the show yesterday. It's not about having another good centre back. It's a specific centre back. It's a centre back who's dominant in the air, who's experienced and can bring the ball out from the back. Tuanzebe can bring the ball out from the back.'s not experienced and he's not dominant in the air. Harry Maguire, Koulibaly, they are the player. That's the player that's going to do it. And I'm not bothered about the money. It's the English tax.
Yeah, nobody cares.
De Ligt, 65. I can see people in the live comments now. They're going, De Ligt, 65 million. Look, Wan-Bissaka's overpriced, but he's a brilliant signing. He's a 30 million player if he's Dutch. It's as simple as that.
But also, De Ligt is not guaranteed to hit the ground running in England. Like, he's not. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not particularly quick. He's a decent athlete, and I've seen him in pre-season, and he looks like he's put on a lot of weight. And there were rumours that saying that Ollie and them lot questioned like him because he looks a bit fat, and he came back looking like a rugby player, man. Do you know what I mean? So Harry Maguire looked in good nick. He's quick, he's strong, and he's good in the air. And Lindelof's not great in the air. The reason why Lindelof and Bailly don't work is because, like, Bailly in the air is not amazing either. Do you know what I mean? Like, Harry Maguire's head's a magnet for the ball. So
yeah, if you watch that, I watched that game, England Holland in the Nations League, and England are putting balls in the corner penalty box against Van Dijk and De Ligt, and Harry Maguire's winning it. And that's what I'm on about. And people can talk about his pace. Look, if you want a quick, dominant leader in the centre backs, to go and buy Van Dijk. And I don't want him because he plays for Liverpool. He ain't going to come to us anyway. You're on about the complete centre-back, of which there isn't one. Well, probably Koulibaly. But we can't, we're not going to do that money. So Harry Maguire hasn't got pace, I'll agree with that. But he is exactly what Manchester United need to be bringing in. And I this deal's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I said it over a week ago. Is it going to happen today? Is it going to happen in 2 weeks? I don't know. But it's going to happen. He wants to go. He's pushing the move himself.
The season starts, and that's all that matters to me, because Harry Maguire at centre back means we don't have to see Jones and Smalling again. That's worth the 80 million just off the bat, because I don't want to see them two together again. So I think it's a brilliant signing. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think we need to buy from within the Premiership. I'm completely with that, even if it costs us more money, because that's going to build stability, that's going to build consistency as well. One thing we don't have defensively and even attacking wise is consistency. So if we're bringing in players that know how to play in the league, we know what we're going to get from Harry Maguire. He's done it for a couple seasons now. So
I mean, just thinking about it there, De Gea signs the new contract, which he will. Wan-Bissaka's a brilliant right back.
Pogba's going to sign a new contract as well.
Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw. I know you're not massive. Well, actually, hold my beer, Luke Shaw. Ashley Young walks in now because Luke Shaw's done his hamstring. But this is it. But we're getting there.
And
also,
Luke Shaw's just turned 24, man. Do you know what I mean? So it's a massive season for him. But Dalot can play left back. But it's a massive season for Luke Shaw. Old now, like with a good centre half in there now and a good right back, everyone's going to be comparing him to Wan-Bissaka now, so there's even more pressure on him.
You two should do more shows together. Yeah, we should. We got all this
next season. We need to sort one out.
But I mean, we literally just had a game for United Stand FC, so that's why we're doing it. But and Draughty messaged me and said this. So I've been on Twitter. The breaking news is that the Sun, Duncan Castles, are saying, which is why we put the question mark on there. Harry Maguire done deal. It is going to be done. I've been told it's going to be done, and people can believe that whether they want to. But it's going to be done. And anyone, there's Alvin over there who's been playing for us and Asher, and they're like, I ain't believing it till they hold the shirt up. And I understand that, but it is going to be done. And Duncan Castles has jumped early, like he jumped on Wan-Bissaka, and he's probably got the fee wrong, but he will be right. He will be right. And also, as a lot of people are saying, get this deal done. Yeah. Go and get Bruno Fernandes done.
And I think we do that, and then we get even a winger in, because as much as they're saying a striker, if we are going to get Ben Yedder, I think it's a very good signing for what he does. If we get Ben Yedder in, a right winger, even if it's not a world beater of a right winger, and Bruno Fernandes, we're laughing. And if Longstaff comes in as well, he's not going to cost a lot, because there was a rumour that Oli wanted 6 players, and 2 of them would be James and Longstaff, which are not going to be players for now.
Well, if Pogba stays, you get Bruno Fernandes and you get Longstaff for the future,
and you're laughing.
And you're all right, aren't you?
You're more than all right. Do you know what I mean? So, like, as much as people are panicking and stuff, like, there's still potential for this to be a very, very, very good window.
Yeah.
Very good window.
And
so,
it's about, for me next season, it's about 4th place anyway. That's what it's about.
But it is, like, we have to improve on last season, but I think just getting 4th place is a brilliant season. Like, it's a brilliant season given the massive rebuild that we need. We're not Man City.
We do need a CDM urgently. I think that's Langley saying that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether you watched it all yesterday.
I don't even think we need a CDM. I think we need a deep lying playmaker, and I think that's what Longstaff is long term. And also, remember, like, Fred can do a job. I've seen Fred against Barcelona and PSG, so as far as I'm concerned,
he did a little bit of a job. He was just like, he played a few games like Wolves in the Cup and stuff, and he played well, and then he got took out of the team. And he's got to be given a chance. What he has got is tenacity, speed, and he can play the ball. Opposite of Matic, he ain't got that. Cheers, Alvin.
But this is
fantastic. Number 2 for United Stand.
So people keep forgetting about.
You going home in your kit?
Yeah, you need to get that off, mate.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting about.
You can
Fred.
go home in your pants.
People keep forgetting about Fred, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are forgetting about him, and I think next season will be massive for Fred.
You can't lose. I just saw that boxing thing in my head. But you can't lose the boxing. He's already won it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you cannot play. I've been on about this. You cannot play Matic in that midfield. He's a hot potato handler. Yeah. He takes too many touches. He's slow, and he ain't got any. I know Ollie knows this, which is why he's looking at Longstaff long term, because that position, we saw it out there, that CDM position takes the ball off the back 4 and feeds the attack. And if you don't do it quick, the attack don't get the space. And if you don't confidently do it off your back 4 are concerned, which is why Harry Maguire becomes another important signing, because if you've got Lindelof and Maguire, so they can just go, fuck you, Matic, and bring it out themselves.
They can both play out the back, do you know what I mean? And you don't have many teams that have 2 centre-backs that can play from the back. Like,
left side, Maguire.
That changes the way we play football straight away. Like, you need to realise how important it is, the centre-backs. When you looked at the stats and you saw like what Daley Blind's doing now for Ajax, and he's statistically one of the best passers in the whole game from centre-back, because you can see the whole game. If you've got someone that can pass, you can bypass the midfield and play the ball into the channel from there. Even Toby does it for Tottenham. The amount of times he's pinged Diags into the winger from centre-back. Van Dijk does it as well for Liverpool. If you've got centre-back that can step forward, like, you're doing all right, man. So I think Bruno comes in, Pogba will play slightly deeper like he does for France, which is not a problem, and then you get somebody that can sweep up. Hopefully it's not Matic, and all of a sudden that midfield has got a lot more creativity. Fernandes will score goals. He's also a set-piece taker, which we don't have. How have we not got a set-piece taker at the club?
Yeah.
We haven't had one since David Beckham.
Well, Rashford was doing it again yesterday, innit? Rashford, just get in the box and learn how to finish. Get off the free kicks, get off the corners. You're not Ronaldo. You're never going to be Ronaldo free kick taker. But the we're talking about Harry Maguire and the centre-back situation. I know, I get that there's a lot of people that don't want him. I understand that. It's all about opinion. But I actually went a bit too soon after the World Cup. I was like, and I don't normally judge off internationals, but I like the fact that you can judge some things, and he's dominant in the air, and I liked that. And I like the fact that he's Premier League proven. I like the fact that he'll bring the ball out from the back. I totally get that people want Koulibaly. I wanted Koulibaly, but you've got to be real as well. See you later, Alvin. We are 6th in the league, where we deserve to be, and we're in the Europa League, where we deserve to be. If Koulibaly or De Ligt or anyone else that want to come here, you've got to go down to the next stage of centre-backs. And for me, I mean, even Flex has changed his mind on it.
I don't think that Maguire's a massive step down on De Ligt. I really don't. I think that if Harry Maguire's foreign, we're looking at him differently. I think because he's English, it's kind of like, because it's even the same with Longstaff. Yeah, when I heard Longstaff, I said, fuck Longstaff. And then when I actually watched him play football, I was like, this guy's good, you know. Like he reminds me.
I like the banter on Longstaff. I just like having a go.
I love the banter, but
he's obviously well scouted.
I was ripping him to bits, yeah. And then when I actually had a look at him, he looks like Michael Carrick. He does, and with a bit more legs, because Carrick couldn't cover ground.
Yeah, I've got to ask you this. Mark Whitten says, ask Rance what he thinks about Lukaku leaving if he goes.
I can't wait, to be honest. Like I said, he's so poor. Like even if we don't replace him, yeah, it's a good move. Do you know what I mean? Because just having him in the squad, for me, like if we're gonna keep Sanchez, because we probably are, we've got Sanchez, Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. We got 4 strikers anyway, so we don't really need one.
I'll tell you what, that Greenwood yesterday, I know he should have scored a couple of chances.
His movement's brilliant.
But his physicality as well, he's ready. Yeah, he's 17, he's ready. You look at Gomez and Chong, who are 2 years older, you think, are they ready?
Yeah,
Greenwood's
like
ready.
Spaghetti compared to Mason.
Greenwood's ready.
Mason's ready. Like Mason gets chances, which he will, because we're in the Europa League and in the League Cup. He's gonna score goals because his movement is already there, and that's always like 90% of it.
Yeah, Maguire ticks all the boxes, says Pancake. He ticks the right boxes right now for what Manchester United need, and I would say he's definitely in the top 10 centre backs in the world.
Harry Maguire
not top 5,
is what Alec
10.
Ferguson thought Phil Jones was going to be, and he's not. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, like I'm all for Harry Maguire. He's English. He won't need to acclimatise. I think we've done a lot of bad business by buying players from abroad and hoping that they come good for us. Di Maria, the Falcaos, even Eric Bailly to a certain extent. Like when you buy guys from a different league, you don't know what you're going to get. With Harry Maguire, you know you're going to get consistency every single week. And we don't have that throughout the squad.
And I think that's a great point actually, because I was just about to say that, you know, every transfer window, if you sign 5 players, 1.5 will flop. So sometimes 2, sometimes 3. So we've signed James, Wan-Bissaka, we get Maguire, we get Fernandes, and we get Longstaff. Statistically, 2 of them will flop. So everyone's saying, "Oh, Harry Maguire might flop." Well, yeah, he might. It might be too much for him. You know, Leicester in England might be his level. Manchester United Champions League, maybe it gets exposed, but that's the risk with any transfers. We can't stick with this squad. So everybody's moaning. What's your alternative? Don't tell me Ruben Diaz. He's a good player, but he's playing in the Portuguese league.
Exactly.
Milenkovic at Fiorentina is playing in the Italian
International
league.
football is a lot easier than Premier League football. A lot easier. So when people say, "Oh yeah, he can do it at a World Cup," come on, James Rodriguez lit the World Cup up and then went missing for 4 years after that. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing's guaranteed, man. International football is not a good marker for how people are going to do in the most competitive league on the planet. Like it's not. The style of play is different. International football is even slower than like La Liga. You watch international football, a lot of players look immense in international football.
Sorry, but 6 years and no right wing transfer is disgusting, says he.
Yeah,
I don't think we're getting a right winger though, because I think we're running out of time, aren't we?
I think we need a winger. Like
2
if we don't get a
midfielders
winger,
after a centre-back.
if we don't get a winger, I'm seriously questioning Oli for the simple fact that I don't think he's a good enough coach to coach a system where he can actually make these guys
let me
look
bring
better.
that in, because I've seen your tweets and that, and you are. Where are you on Solskjaer? You're starting to doubt him a little bit.
With Oli, I'm indifferent, innit? Like my heart wants Oli to do well, but in my head, I'm thinking tactically he's not a Poch, he's not a Klopp, like he's not a Pep. Like when I look at United's style of play now compared to when Mourinho was there, the only difference is like we counter attack with a bit more vigor, but the football is kind of the same. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't changed the style of play enough. Because I believe that if you've got like a Klopp system or a Pep system or whatever, even the likes of Jesse Lingard, they just look better players if they know what they're doing. Like Raheem Sterling was good at Liverpool, but now he looks like an absolute world beater. And he actually hasn't improved that much. It's just that the system, he knows what he's doing now. Because he still misses open goals, but he's scoring more goals because he knows what he's doing now, and that's come from the coaching. I haven't seen Oli really improve anyone yet. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if he can, and that is my main concern, which is why if you can't improve players like Mourinho, you need to buy better players. Like that's the only thing. You either improve what you've got or you buy better players. So for me, the right wing is a massive concern. Like Daniel James is not ready to start in the Premier League week in week out at right wing, and Jesse Lingard is not a winger. So we need a right winger. We do. We desperately need one.
I think with 4 weeks left, less than 4 weeks left, we got time to get the centre-back hopefully this week. Then you go and get Bruno Fernandes, then you get Longstaff, and then your transfer window's done. Then we're doing the 500k party at London, and that'll be it. August the 8th, that's it. It's done. And also you've got to get Lukaku out the door, which I think will happen. You've got to get Darmian out the door. Rojo maybe out the door. I mean, look, what the interesting thing, centre back then, Harry Maguire, deal done, question mark. Duncan Castles was one, the Sun's another. I said this over a week ago. It's not breaking news to say it. It was all about whether United will pay the money. 60 million plus 20 million add-ons. People will jump on that and go 80 million. It's 60 million plus add-ons, because the add-ons are going to be if we get in a Champions League. Well, yeah, I'll pay
60 million up front for Harry Maguire is brilliant business. I don't care. That's why our deals take so long, because Ed's a penny pincher, innit?
Yeah.
So when it works, it works. And when it doesn't, it doesn't. But Ed is definitely a penny pincher. So 60 million up front is brilliant business for Harry Maguire. It has to be.
Gold, Pearl, Prosperity. Well, yeah, Rance has answered that about James not being ready yet. He doesn't need that pressure yet. He's a good player.
Need that pressure.
I'll be worried if we were buying a Swansea Championship winger.
Exactly.
To be
loads of people were saying, you look good against
minutes,
Perth and that. But also, like that Australian league is equivalent to playing in a conference here anyway. And he's a Championship player, so he's going to be better than them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can't really look at that.
Look at the Leeds game. They'll be up for it. Look at Inter. Look at Spurs.
Yeah.
But we do need. I mean, look, the one thing I think everyone needs to be is patient if Lukaku goes, because you are going to be using a lot of kids. You are going to be losing a lot of kids. The recap is that apparently Manchester United have agreed a deal with Harry Maguire. It's going to be 60 million plus 20 million add-ons. I was actually told if we bid 75 million, they'll take it. So we'll see what. They've been wrong about this, but the reality is the deal's going to be done. Harry Maguire last night apparently is pushing the deal. And that's all Leicester wanted, apparently. They just want, if Maguire pushed it, they'll do it. And that's apparently what's happening. So I hope we get it done soon. Then we move on to the midfield. Bruno Fernandes, Longstaff, and then if we can nick a right winger, that'd be great. But yeah, I felt it yesterday was good, but we were saying it in the changing room actually. You can't judge United at the moment because it's such an incomplete transfer window. You're going to have to judge it on August the 8th.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's too early. I think there's a lot more business to be done. I think the business takes long because I think Ed's trying to change the way that he does business, and he's not prepared to throw the big money, and he does like to put in the installments and all these other things. That's how he likes to do business. Like, it's not great for the fans, but listen, like the quality of player that we're going for, it would be good if we had them on tour, but to be honest, if we don't have Fernandes on tour and we end up getting him, I don't care. Because as soon as he pulls on the shirt first game of the season, he'll probably score.
We'll get an assist. His work anyway, isn't it? I remember United used to sign players like the day before and they'll be in the team the next day.
That's it.
Well, smash a like on the video, everyone. Just a quick impromptu video that we've just done there, and the 4G's held up, which is good on the 4G pitch. Be remiss of me not to mention your fight. Well done. Where's your belt?
It's in my boxing gym. It's in there. Yeah, it's in there.
Have you got another one coming up?
Well, Heavy D. I'm meant to fight him at the end of September. That depends. Like if he still wants it, innit? Like he told me about 3 days ago that he definitely still wants to fight, and that. So we'll see. But I'll be ready for that.
And the Pratt in the hat. I mean, there's no rematch.
I blocked him on Instagram. I blocked him on Twitter, so I don't know. But apparently he's still been talking. But he can keep talking. There's no rematch. Like there's nothing in it. Like it was too one-sided for there to be a rematch. And the promoters even said unless DT wants to fight himself, there's no rematch because it wouldn't be worth it. Like how am I trying to sell tickets for a rematch and like the guy hit me once?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even a proper clean shot either. Like he got dominated, so it doesn't make sense.
Run into the ring instead of running your mouth if you want it. There we go.
But this is it.
Isn't it? But no, well done. I know both put a lot of work into it anyway, and it was a mismatch, but he did put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't ever in doubt. But thanks everyone for watching. We're getting closer to 500,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. Little impromptu video, smash us a like. Back at 8 o'clock. And well, make sure you go and watch the video from this morning. Simon Peach, who you know, Flex interviewing him out in Australia.
Good guy, man. Yeah, he tagged me on Insta, he tagged me on Twitter, and loads of people in the comments are saying it was a really good interview. So guys, brilliant. Make sure you go watch that.
And actually, he did say about Harry Maguire, but he also he's a tier 1 journalist, so which means he's very credible. He doesn't talk shit, and we did ask him directly about Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire, Yamina.